people who are online making fun of members of Congress are a disgrace. And there's no need for anyone to think that is unacceptable. We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they should be prosecuted. You cannot intimidate members of Congress, threaten members of Congress. It is against the law, and it's a shame in this United States of America.
So that is your Congresswoman, Frederica Wilson, with the funny hats. Democrat, of course, from Florida. This comes from Ryan Saavedra's Twitter feed, and it says, quote, making fun of members of Congress online should be prosecuted. We'll go over that video again, but I'll go over some of the news that came out with that on the normal right-wing, if you will, right-of-center news publications. She's wrong, obviously, and we'll get to why. It's pretty obvious, but we'll wait to the reveal at the end. So this comes from the Daily Wire. Let's see if I can take that down a little bit. There we go. Frederica Wilson. People should be prosecuted for making fun of members of Congress online. She led a congressional delegation to inspect an immigration detention facility on Tuesday, and following her visit, she said that people who are making fun of members of Congress online should be prosecuted. As you heard the video, she says, quote, they went inside. Okay, CBS Miami reported that they went inside around 1 p.m. with the purpose of investigating the conditions of the migrant children are living in. Joining Wilson was fellow South Florida Dem Representative Donna Shalala, Representative Benny Thompson, probably a dick, Representative Brenda Lawrence, probably terrible, Representative Yvette Clark, New York, terrible, you can just tell, Representative Catherine Clark, John Lewis, good for the civil rights, bad for the Congress, and Representative Madeline Dean. And then here's what she said. I'll keep repeating this because it's important to say this. Quote, those people who are online making fun of Congress are a disgrace. That's an opinion, not a prosecutable offense. And there is no need for anyone to think that this is unacceptable. It may be unacceptable, but it's not against the law, you ding-dong. Wilson said during a press conference, quote, again, we are going to shut them down. Who's them? How dare you? That seems racist, Frederica. And work with whoever it is to shut them down. Antifa? You just changed the whole narrative. So you want Antifa to shut down people who disagree with you and make fun of you? You're a member of Congress. You're a public figure. Accept it. And they should be prosecuted. For what? What crime did they commit? They didn't commit a crime. You know it, and I know it. Just like that's your First Amendment protected speech to state that stupid statement. It's also my First Amendment protected right to say you're an idiot. And I will make fun of you and your stupid hats. And then, of course, Ryan Saavedra did that video. We'll do it again later to belabor the point, if you will. Later in the press conference, Wilson said, quote, this administration has shown a blatant disregard for mental and physical health of children in custody. Okay, that's a fair statement, but you could also say their parents, whoever brought them, is doing the same thing. They didn't have to bring them across the border and put them in danger. They're spending weeks and even months in detention conditions that are tantamount to living under house arrest. We are upset about it. You broke into a country, whether it's asylum claim or not, and then you want special rights? I don't think so. Wilson added, quote, "We came today to say we will shut this down because this does not have to be this way." And then do what? These children can be processed and sent to foster care. They can be processed and sent to next of kin, aunts, grandmothers, people in the community who know them, and that's what they're fighting for today. And then they go on to talk about her thing about John Kelly saying, called her an empty barrel. Anyways, okay, that's Daily Wire. This is the Washington Examiner. I don't want that. Frederica Wilson demands prosecutions for those who mock Congress online. Same thing. Let's get this down a little bit. Let's see what else. Did they add anything important to this? Okay. Here's something that wasn't put in the other article. It says, "We're going to shut them down and work with whoever it is to shut them down, and they should be prosecuted," she continued. "You cannot intimidate members of Congress, frighten members of Congress. It is against the law. It is a shame in the United States." Who's doing that? If you feel frightened, that's one thing. But if they're actually suggesting that to you to bully or intimidate, that's gray area. But if they're actually bringing threats, then I would have to agree with you, Frederica Ding Dong. But if they're just making fun of you, as you stated, just mocking you, big deal. You deal with it, you funny hat wearing twat. Anyways, says ProPublica on Monday, publicized posts made by Border Patrol agents for the Facebook group that disparaged migrants and some members of Congress, which, by the way, is still a protected part of the First Amendment. It's free speech. Whether you like it or not, maybe is it inappropriate or not, is another thing. Okay, then Wilson went on to blame President Trump for causing people to lose respect for Congress. You're doing that yourself, you dill. Oh my God, this woman is so stupid, and the people who vote for you are stupid. Oh God. Look at this. Look at her hat. What is she, working on a banana plantation? What the hell's wrong with her? Ugh. Terrible. It says, Wilson has long been a critic of the president, whom she claimed is crazy and suffering from a brain disorder. Is that your professional doctoral opinion, Frederica? Ugh. They talked about the John Kelly thing. And then she made his joke, "It made me a rock star." Pfft. Whatever. And then here's from the Blaze. Vows to prosecute people for making fun of members of Congress online. Ugh, God, this woman is terrible. Look at that hat. What is she, the rhinestone cowboy of South Florida? What the hell's wrong with you, woman? Anyways, Democratic Representative Frederica Wilson of Florida threatened prosecution. How are you going to do that there, you dillhole? For people making fun of Congress online after ProPublica report Monday revealed the Border Patrol agents have been disparaging immigrants and Congress people in a private Facebook group. Again. Mocking and having disparaging comments about immigrants and members of Congress is not against the law. Possibly inappropriate, possibly you don't want it coming out in light of the news, but that's the way it is. And then it goes into, oh, stop it. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh. So, okay, there's a shelter and homestead. Okay, that's where they're at in Florida. I thought they were in Texas, but they're at a shelter and homestead that houses 3,000 children between 13 and 17. Officials told WBFS that most children are reunited with family members and average stay is 25 days. The children reportedly have 6 hours per day of school along with recreational activities. More than they're probably getting back in their home countries, but yet they got to complain. So let's go back and wow, it is not 12:56. Let's go back to this, and we're gonna replay this again. And I'm gonna stop it a few times to kind of point out some things.
Congresswoman Dean. There every day. They're shredding the records. They're shredding the documentation.
Those people who are online making fun of members of Congress.
People online making fun of Congress people, congressmen and women, if you will, is perfectly fine and is within the scope of the First fucking Amendment. Frederica Wilson, get it through your fucking head. God dang. And you're a dumbass. And that is my First Amendment, okay, protected speech about you. It's an opinion about a member of Congress who's a public figure. You're a dumbass. And the people who voted you in office continually over the last few years are dumbasses too. Yes, the people who vote for Frederica Wilson, quote me for saying this completely, like I'm saying right now, they're dumbasses.
Are a disgrace. And there's no need.
A disgrace? People make fun of Donald Trump all the time. Are those people a disgrace too? No, because they're making fun of someone you don't like, which is okay.
For anyone to think that is unacceptable.
It is not unacceptable, and it's not against the law. Again, you're a dumbass.
We're going to shut them down.
How are you going to shut them down? Oh, are you talking about everyone in general who's making fun of people in Congress, or the Facebook group? Again, not against the law to have a Facebook group that makes fun, that mocks people of Congress and makes disparaging remarks against immigrants. It's not. It might be a violation against the platform, if you will, but it's not against the law. It's protected frickin' speech, you stupid dumbass.
And work with whoever it is to shut them down.
Work with whoever it is. You want to take away people's First Amendment rights, but yet you don't know who it is that you want to tell them they can't do it and shut them down. Interesting.
And they should be prosecuted. You can.
Prosecuted for what? Free speech? Again, you're a stupid dumbass.
Cannot intimidate members of Congress.
Now, if there's intimidation or some sort of threat, then that's a problem. But if it's speech you don't like and you feel it's intimidating, it's not against the frickin' law. Again, Frederica Wilson, you are a dumbass.
Threaten members of Congress. It is against the law, and it's a shame in this United States of America.
How is it against the law? So there you go. So Frederica Wilson, if she doesn't like what you say, she wants to shut you down if you make disparaging comments against immigrants, which, in my opinion, you probably shouldn't. But it's your First Amendment right to do that if you so choose to do so, as long as you're not breaking the law and causing threats and violence, etc., blah, blah, frickin' blah. But you are within your purview, anyone, to make fun of Donald Trump, to make fun of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or Frederica Wilson. You can do that. First Amendment protected speech. What part of, and this is going out to you, Frederica Wilson, what part of First Amendment speech do you not understand? I can make fun of you. I can mock you. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to mock you again later today. You're a dumbass, and the people who voted for you are complete, unadulterated dumbass.